Hello everyone, my name is Tracy Gray. Welcome to Pivot with Purpose. In this session, we are going to start fresh. We created our first mini racer in the first session using cardboard, tongue depressors, wheels, straws, axles, and hot glue gun, and we used tape to hold it together. We removed the tape after the glue dried, and so we have a racer that actually works. I thought about using a motor for this particular one that we finished the last time, and then I thought, wouldn't it be much more fun to start all over again and create a separate mini racer with a motor? I pulled my hair back ahead of time for safety purposes, and I have goggles for protection. I'm going to get the rest of our materials together and then we will begin. All right, let's get started. Let's review our materials. Finger protectors, glue gun and glue sticks, goggles, tape, tongue depressors, wheels and axles, cardboard and straws, wire cutter, scissors, batteries and battery holder, motor and propellers. We introduced propellers in the first video. We are going to use the motor, which we introduced the last time, and we're going to add an additional wheel. We only have 4 right now, but I will add another wheel as we continue to build. Okay? I'm going to get our hot glue gun, and I think I'm going to choose a different design using the cardboard. Maybe I'll go for something more square or more rectangular. I don't know. We'll see. Stay tuned. Let's go. I brought my hot glue gun to the table, and I've decided to make a rectangular shape for my mini racer. I brought over extra cardboard because I wasn't sure how much I was going to need. But I'm going to put 2 pieces together to make it a little longer. And I may use some tape to hold it in place after I use a little hot glue. I'm going to see how that works, because I don't want to get too much glue on the table, that's for sure. So I'm going to actually lift this up and put my cardboard, I'm going to glue it together. Yeah, this ought to do it. I'm going to put an extra piece under here so I don't ruin the table. So let me try this again. I'm going to add more glue, a glue stick to the hot glue gun so that it'll stick better. Let me flap this under here. And this is a better way to add the glue rather than using my chin like I was doing in the first video. So this will allow me to put my 2 pieces together. I've decided to make a rectangular shape. Yes, okay. That's one side. I'm going to rest my glue gun on this extra piece of cardboard. And I honestly think I'm going to add a tongue depressor. That may make it stick better. Made it stick better. I may even add a tongue depressor on the other side after I add some more glue. And I'm making this up as I go along because I'm thinking about the design I want. And it's coming to me as I build. So I'm designing and building at the same time. And you can too. And your imagination and your creativity are your only limits. Okay. These two pieces will be together. I've made the base, I believe, of my next mini racer. Okay. Now I'm going to add a piece here. But I believe I'm going to take my finger protectors off and use tape to put this side together. Just as a start, I put these two pieces together here. Let's see, how will they go together? Ah, yes, that's what I'll do. I will add the tape to the bottom and lay it down flat, and then fold the tape up so that it's a little sturdy, and I may add some straw pieces in here. I think I will. But before I do that, I'm going to put my finger protectors back on my fingers because I am going to use the hot glue gun to put those pieces on. And while it is important to protect your fingers, the glue gun can be very, very hot. So I'm going to roll the straws off. I'm going to add some glue to the tape and the cardboard. I'm going to put my piece of straw in here and my piece of straw in here. And I'm going to roll this up. Cool. Let me see if it stays. Keep my finger protectors on. And push here, push here, push here. Looks like it's gonna stay. This is gonna be fun. Yes. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. I should have done it at the same time, but I didn't. This is what it looks like on this side. I wonder if I'll keep the tape on. I wonder about that. I'm going to take my finger protectors off again, and I'm going to tear a piece of tape. I didn't measure it all the way. I sort of eyeballed it, measured it. And this is coming to me as I am putting these together, how I want my mini racer to look. This is my second one. The first one you saw in the first video. Okay, have this here. I'm going to get my 2 pieces of straw. And this is scrap that I used from the last mini eraser. I love saving my materials so that I can use them again. Okay. So I'm going to add my finger protectors again. Only because I don't want to burn my fingers. Because I've burned my fingers before. And it's not pleasant. All right. So now I'm going to put my glue, I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to put my glue here inside. Let me push this back. Add the glue here inside and here inside. And add my straw piece here. And my straw piece here and hold it. So that it stays. Okay. Finger protectors off. Okay. This is going to be really interesting when I finish it. Okay, now I'm wondering what I'm going to do for the top of this mini eraser. Yeah, I can do this. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use 2 more pieces of cardboard from my new stack, and I'm going to create the same. I'm going to create the top in the same way I created the base with 2 pieces of cardboard and 2 tongue depressors. Okay. So I'm going to, this is drying. It's drying. I'm going to put it right here for now. And I'm going to use my protective piece of cardboard. And now I'm going to put this one here. My protective piece of cardboard. I'm going to put these 2 pieces here. And if you see here how I did it, I'm going to use my tongue depressors. I have them. Going back to my finger protectors. This is the best part for me. Making sure that I'm prepared for everything that I'm doing. It's really important. Okay. Now I have my hot glue gun. Lost one of my finger protectors there. I've got my hot glue gun. And I'm using the glue to put the 2 pieces together. I added my tongue depressor on one side. And I'm going to use my hot glue gun. I have another stick just in case. I'm going to add some more glue here. I'm going to add this tongue depressor. Make it nice and tight. And we have our second side. I think I'm going to do something a little different now. I am going to tape the sides of the cardboard, and I think I'm going to use a larger piece of straw first on both sides before I try to add the cardboard on the top. And actually I'm going to cut the extra piece of tape off here on the side. And use this protective piece of cardboard again. I'm going to stop right there for a minute. I know I have all the materials that I need for the design I'm trying to create. So I'm now going to add some glue to this part of this cardboard because I want to add the straw directly to the cardboard first. I'm sure there's a technical term for this. Maybe we'll research what that is. Maybe there's not a technical term, I'm not sure. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side to make sure that I add another glue stick. There we go. This is allowing me to get ready to put the glue, I'm sorry, not the glue, the straw on the cardboard because I want to add another piece of cardboard to the straw. My goal is to add this. And I think we're able to do it now. I'm going to actually move this piece of cardboard because I don't want it to get stuck. So let me try and add this piece. I think we got it. All right. I'm going to add a little glue here on top of the straw. You can see that. It's one side. And then adding glue here on top of the straw and the cardboard. We're going to let this set for a minute to give the glue a chance to harden. Okay? Now that we've let the glue harden, we're going to cut the extra straw off of the ends. Off these two ends anyway. And the pieces are flying and my eyes are protected because I have on my goggles. Now we have a rectangle. Now, do I want my mini racer to go this way or this way? This is a dilemma. I think I'm going to have my mini racer go this way. I'm going to check it out and see. It's because if I have my wheels here, they're going to be here. The wheels are going to be here. 3. They're going to be here. And I'm going to need to add my 5th wheel because we are going to add our motor and our battery and battery holders. This is going to be an interesting dilemma. I'm excited to figure it out. I hope you're excited to figure it out with me. So we're going to add our motor and our wheels to our rectangular shape to get our mini racer operational. Okay? Let's get to it. I'm realizing that my axles are a little shorter than the box, the rectangle that I've used to make my mini racer. I'm going to have to figure this out. How can I make sure that there's enough space for the wheels to go on it? Let's check it out. If I take some cardboard and cut it a few times, and tape it, will it give me enough space between the rectangle and the axle? Let's see. Will it give me enough space so that I'm going to cut this so that the straw, so the axle will slide through it, and so that the wheels will have enough room to turn. I don't have enough space. What can I do to fix this? I don't have enough space here. I wonder what would happen. I believe I'm going to have to, no, not that, not that, not that. I'm definitely going to have to build another piece so that there's space in between so that the wheels can move. I'm gonna work on this because we definitely want the wheels. We want this part to go, we want the rectangle to go here, but we need something between the rectangle and the straw to give it a little bit of space so that the straw will connect to the rectangle and so that the wheels will be able to turn. So I definitely need something bigger than this. And I may have to make a smaller box to go on this. Let's try it and see what happens. See, we want enough space here. Is this enough space? Will it be too heavy? Will it be too heavy? We definitely need something here. Okay, let's see if we can make something bigger. We need a box size small enough that will allow our racer to sit up top. I'm putting these pieces together. Maybe this will work. Perhaps this will work. This is not what I intended to do initially. I had one picture in mind of what I wanted to do, but then I had to troubleshoot to see what's going to be the best way to make this work. So now I'm making a square, hoping that this is going to be enough or tall enough that will allow, it looks like it's gonna work. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, so I'm going to add a square here. This square will go on top here, and we'll have to do it on both sides. That will actually allow our racer to move. So I'm going to make this a little tighter. So I really want this to work. So I'm going to fold this and take my tape and fold this one more time. So I had to make a smaller box to go under the rectangle. I love designing. I love building. And I wonder if this is something that people who actually build cars, do they do this? Do they actually spend time figuring out which piece goes where and how to make it work? Okay, let me see. I know there's a sturdier way to do this. Let me make another one. But before I do that, I make sure I have equal parts for my wheels and my axle. For both wheels and both axles. And I haven't forgotten that I have an additional wheel that I'm going to add so that, this is my other axle, here it is. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm going to make a separate one because again, we want them to be, this to be on both sides. So I'm going to have to raise up our mini racer. Okay, I'm going to add a square on the other side. So I'm going to add this square. It might be a little bigger than the other square. but I think it will work. I think it will work. Let's try it and see. I'm excited about this because I created a problem and I designed a solution. Well, let's hope so. Okay, are these about the same size? They're about the same size. And if I wanted to, I could probably take some pieces of straw and put it inside each of the small boxes that I've just designed to fortify them. And I'm actually going to continue using tape to do this for now. Okay, let's see. This should go here and this should go here. This is going to be interesting. I am going to go back to my finger protectors. And I'm actually going to use a little hot glue gun, a little hot glue from my glue gun to fortify my small boxes. I think that is a better solution. Yes, I believe it's a better solution. So I'm going to take my glue and fortify this on the side here and on the side here and the side here. Let's fortify them as much as possible. And then I'm going to do the same thing for this. Yep. I'm going to fortify it here and here. Next, and we will see how this works, we're going to add our square onto our straw. To raise up the mini racer. All right, now it's going to turn. Keep this here, it moves, moves, moves. Going to tap this down a little to make sure that the square stays on the straw on this side. Let me prop this here for now. Okay. And it looks like that's going to stay. Then we're going to, I think I'm going to put it on this side. Oh, here we go. Put the hot glue there and put it on the straw. So we make boxes to go on the straw. Move the tape out of the way. It's out of the way. Okay. That works. And that works. I want to make sure this moves. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's see what happens when we add these together. Okay, I'm going to put this here, and this here. And we will find out if these squares are enough for our mini racer to stand up on. Okay, here we go. I'm going to use my hot glue gun, and I have my finger protectors, protecting my fingers. Putting my gluing this here. I'm going to add more glue. I'm going to add this here. Okay, the wheels turn. Now we have to see. Our mini racer is well on its way. The next thing we have to do is add our motor and our battery holder and our fifth wheel and our batteries. Let's see what happens next. As I've been thinking about the best way forward for our moving vehicle, I realized I don't have enough equipment to make this wheel move exactly the way I want it to move. So I am going to use the propeller this time. That means I'm going to do a little test run first with the propeller. I've cut some electrical tape to get us started. I put in the batteries inside the battery holder. I'm going to actually take one of the batteries out so that I don't use the battery charge up when the propeller starts moving. Okay. So I'm going to take the battery holder and put it inside of our mini racer. And I'm going to open up the wires and place it inside our mini racer and put it in the middle. I'm going to temporarily put the battery holder in the mini racer to hold it in place. I'm also going to take a piece of electrical tape and add it to the top of the motor. I've already put the propeller on the motor. I'm just going to put a little make it temporary for now. And I'm going to put the wires inside the leads for the motor. I'm going to put this wire here. Put this wire here. and put the second wire on the other side of the lead. You open this up a little. Here we go. Okay, just a little, just to get it started. So I put a little electrical tape on here, and if you can see here, there's a part on the motor that you don't want to cover. So I've covered the top of it, and I'll show you again when I'm ready, when I take it apart before I glue it, which areas to cover and which not to cover, okay? So let's see if we can just do an experiment to see if this, oh, I need a better piece of electrical tape. I need a better piece. So let me cut a better piece so that it is actually sticky. So I just want to test it out, do a test run before we glue it down. And so just so you see that I'm taking this motor and the propeller and putting it on the cardboard temporarily, okay? And we have our battery and battery holder inside, and that is also temporarily in place. And now I'm going to move our hot glue gun, put it on the shelf, move this piece here, and I'm going to add our battery to see if the propeller will move this mini racer. Okay. It looks like it might move it if it is glued down properly. Let's try it and see, because the wires came off of the propeller, off the motor. Okay, let's try it. We're gonna try it just to see, okay? I think we're gonna move this battery holder up a little further. Let's see, right? I'm gonna put it right inside here to see how it works. I am going to take this battery out again because I don't want the propeller to start moving right away. Let me move it up this side. Okay. So I'm going to put this battery holder and the battery inside of our mini racer. I'm actually wondering if we could put it on this side. That would be better. I think it will. Yep. It's gonna go better on this side. Yep. Looks like it. We'll find out. We'll test it out and we'll see. I'm going to test it one more time with electrical tape. Yes, I'm going to test it one more time with electrical tape before I glue it down. Means I'm going to cut the tape so we don't close off the vents. I'm going to tape this here temporarily to the bottom of the mini eraser. We're going to tape it here on the side. Yep, I'm going to try this here. I really hope this works so that we can actually, okay, here we go. We're going to tape this down temporarily. We're going to put our propeller on our motor. Okay, that's taped in. That's in here. That's there. That's there. Just want it on here long enough to test it out. And we want to test out our, see if our battery holder and battery will stay in place with a little piece of tape. Put that there. We're going to put our battery in and let's see what happens. Ooh, I want this here. We don't want it at an angle, that's for sure. We want it straight across. Let's get the tape where it's supposed to be. We'll put the tape here. Oh, we don't want to cover that. That's right, we don't want to cover that. That we don't want to do. So we're going to have to go back to taping the top, because when we actually put this on here, we will be putting glue on the motor, and the motor will attach to the box, to the bottom of our mini eraser. We're going to test it out to see what happens. Well, that didn't stay. I think we're going to have to just try it all the way. Let's try it and see. We're putting our glue on our battery holder. We are going to carefully, using our finger protector, I should put it on this finger. Very carefully put our glue on our, very carefully put our glue on our motor, very carefully. And put our motor on our mini racer as best as we can. Put the glue there. Okay. And next, we are going to put our battery inside the battery holder. We've got the battery holder. We've got the battery, one battery, two batteries. We've got our motor. We've got our propeller. Let's move some things out of the way. See if we can make our mini racer move with our battery. Okay, here we go. Well, we got it going, but we don't have any movement. We're going to have to troubleshoot to see what is preventing our mini racer from moving. We have our wheels, we have our batteries, we have our motor, we have our propeller. Even with a little effort, it doesn't move. It might be too heavy. So we tried a few different ways to make our mini racer move. The first way didn't work. Then I thought, what if we put it on top instead of on the bottom?
I was so focused on what I was doing, I didn't even talk. I took the motor and put it on top of the mini racer, and I also moved the battery holder because it wasn't working where I put it. So I put it on the side, hoping that it would give some balance to the mini racer. I took the leads and the wire from the battery holder and connected them. They're very thin. It took some time to do, but watch and see what happens. And hopefully our mini racer will move. I figured out that placing the motor and the propeller on the top of the mini racer would be a better way for the racer to move. Like I said before, it took some time and some patience and some electrical tape to put everything in place. I'm really excited to see how this turns out. I put a little platform on top just to make sure that the battery and the motor and the propeller would stay in place. As you see, a lot of errors here, but I took my time, and then I was ready, so ready to see if it worked. Let's see what happens.
Perhaps you can figure out a way to design and build a mini racer with a motor and a propeller and get it to move a little further than the few inches that I was able to do. Until next time, for design and build. I'm Tracy Gray. Thank you so much for joining me.